Welcome to Tales of Terror, a crime and horror stories channel. If you like our stories, please comment, like, and subscribe.
Welcome, dear viewers, to another spine-chilling episode where we delve into the shadows of one of America's most haunted homes. Tonight, we uncover the secrets of the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the famed rifle manufacturer, this architectural marvel is as infamous for its ghostly inhabitants as it is for its endless, bizarre design. Our story begins with Sarah Lockwood Pardee, who married William Wirt Winchester, the heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, in 1862. The couple lived a life of luxury, but their happiness was overshadowed by tragedy. In 1866, their infant daughter, Annie, died of a childhood illness. This devastating loss was followed by the death of William in 1881 from tuberculosis, leaving Sarah a widow with a vast fortune and deep grief. The medium's advice and the curse. Struggling with her immense grief, Sarah turned to spiritualism, a common practice in the 19th century. She consulted a medium in Boston who claimed that Sarah and her family were haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. The medium advised Sarah to move west and build a house to appease these restless souls. The key to her salvation, according to the medium, was to never stop building. The beginning of the Winchester Mystery House. In 1884, Sarah Winchester purchased an unfit in the Santa Clara Valley. She immediately began a never-ending construction project that would last until her death 38 years later. Carpenters worked day and night, creating a sprawling mansion with no master plan. Sarah reportedly held nightly seances to receive building instructions from the spirits, leading to a house filled with architectural oddities and continuous construction. The Winchester Mystery House is renowned for its peculiar design, including staircases that lead to ceilings, doors that open into walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. The mansion eventually grew to 7 stories, although it was reduced to 4 stories after the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. It contains 160 rooms, 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 40 stairways, 47 fireplaces, 13 bathrooms, 6 kitchens. Sarah's obsession with the number 13 is evident throughout the house, with 13 paned windows, 13 step stairways, and 13 P sections in the walls. Sarah's death and the legacy. Sarah Winchester passed away in her sleep on September 5, 1922, at the age of 83. When she died, she was buried in her home state of Connecticut in the family plot alongside her husband William and infant daughter Annie. The grave is located in Evergreen Cemetery in New Haven. It's a sizable cemetery, and even though the grave marker is an 8-foot-tall rough-hewn stone, there are quite a few in the cemetery, making hers difficult to find. Her death marked the end of the continuous construction, and the house was left as it stood. The estate, valued at approximately $5 million at the time, was auctioned off, and the contents were sold or donated. The mansion opened to the public as a tourist attraction in 1923, quickly gaining a reputation for being haunted. The Seance Room. The Seance Room, also known as the Blue Room, is a small, modestly decorated space located at the heart of the house. Despite its unassuming appearance, it holds a significant place in the mansion's lore. The room is accessible through only one door, but it has 3 exits, each leading to different parts of the house, including a hidden trapdoor that drops into the kitchen below. This peculiar design is thought to be part of Sarah's strategy to confuse any malevolent spirits. Each night, Sarah would retreat to the seance room at midnight to perform her rituals. She would sit at a table with a single candle, using a planchette or a Ouija board to communicate with the spirits. According to legend, these nightly seances provided her with the next day's building instructions. Her connection to the spirit world dictated the house's continuous and bizarre construction. The seance room is a hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors and staff have reported feeling sudden drops in temperature, hearing disembodied whispers, and seeing shadowy figures. Some claim to have felt a cold, unseen presence brush past them, while others have witnessed doors opening and closing on their own. Connected to the Seance Room's rituals is the mansion's bell tower. Each night, at midnight and again at 2 a.m., the bell would ring to signal the beginning and end of Sarah's communication with the spirits. The tolling of the bell was meant to call the spirits to the Seance Room and then to release them back into the ether. To this day, the bell tower remains one of the house's most haunting features. The Seance Room of the Winchester Mystery House is more than it is a portal between our world and the spirit world, a place where Sarah Winchester sought guidance and solace from the other side. The Ghostly Carpenter Clyde. During the nearly 4 decades of continuous construction at the Winchester Mystery House, a myriad of workers came and went, each contributing to the mansion's bizarre and endless architecture. Among them was a dedicated carpenter known only as Clyde. Clyde was a loyal worker, always seen with his wheelbarrow and his signature dark mustache. His life was cut short, but his spirit is said to have never left the mansion. Clyde's daily hauntings. Visitors and staff of the Winchester Mystery House often report encounters with Clyde, who appears just as he did in life, dressed in overalls, pushing a wheelbarrow. Sightings of Clyde are most common in the basement and the unfinished areas of the house, where he seems to be continuing his work from the afterlife. One of the most frequent sightings occurs in the basement, where visitors report seeing a spectral figure diligently pushing a wheelbarrow. Those who encounter him describe a sense of purpose in his ghostly movements, as if he is still working under the orders of Sarah Winchester. Some even say they have seen him looking up, acknowledging their presence with a nod before vanishing into thin air. Mysterious sounds and cold spots. The basement of the mansion is often filled with unexplained sounds, faint hammering, sawing, and the unmistakable creak of a wheelbarrow's wheels. These sounds are frequently accompanied by sudden drops in temperature, creating an eerie atmosphere that chills visitors to the bone. Many believe these noises are the echoes of Clyde's unfinished work. Interaction with staff and guests. Staff member 1, I was down in the basement one evening, closing up for the night, when I heard the distinct sound of a wheelbarrow being pushed. I turned around and saw a figure with a dark mustache and overalls. He looked at me, nodded, and then disappeared. It was Clyde, and sure. Staff member 2, guests often come up to us asking about the friendly worker they saw in the basement or the corridors. They describe Clyde perfectly, right down to his mustache and overalls. We always tell them that they've just met one of our most dedicated employees, still hard at work after all these years. Clyde's legacy. Clyde's presence is a testament to the never-ending construction of the Winchester Mystery House. His spirit embodies the relentless work ethic and dedication that Sarah Winchester demanded. Even in death, Clyde remains a faithful carpenter, forever bound to the mansion's labyrinthine corridors and unfinished rooms. The Hall of Fires. Among the many peculiarities of the Winchester Mystery House, the Hall of Fires stands out as one of the most intriguing. This section of the mansion, named for its numerous fireplaces, was designed to keep the ever-expanding house warm and to protect Sarah Winchester from the chilling drafts she feared might attract malevolent spirits. The unending construction. Sarah Winchester believed that continuous construction would appease the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. The Hall of Fires, with its many hearths, was a testament to this. The fireplaces were kept burning around the clock, providing warmth and a sense of security. But it wasn't just warmth that these fires brought, they also seemed to stir the supernatural energy within the house. Paranormal activity in the Hall of Fires. The Hall of Fires is known for its intense paranormal activity. Visitors and staff have reported feeling sudden bursts of heat, even when the fireplaces are cold. Others have heard the faint crackling of non-existent fires and have seen apparitions of former servants tending to the hearths. Visitor, with a shaky voice, I was walking through the Hall of Fires when I suddenly felt a wave of heat, like standing too close to a roaring fire. But when I looked around, all the fireplaces were cold and empty. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a figure in old-fashioned servant attire, tending to a hearth that wasn't even lit. It was gone in a blink, but the warmth lingered. The ghostly firefighters. Among the most frequently reported apparitions in the Hall of Fires are the ghostly firefighters. These spirits, believed to be those who once worked tirelessly to maintain the fires, are seen carrying out their duties, oblivious to the passage of time. They appear and disappear, their presence marked by the sudden smell of smoke or the brief warmth of an unseen fire. The mystery of the bell tower connection. Each night, the bell would toll at midnight and again at 2 a.m., believed to signal the beginning and end of Sarah's communication with the spirits. Some say the bell's tolling would stir the Hall of Fires into paranormal activity, with the ghosts becoming more active and the atmosphere growing hotter and more. 13th Bathroom. 13th Bathroom, a room that embodies Sarah's obsession with the number 13, a number she believed had mystical significance and protective powers. The design and symbolism. The 13th bathroom, like much of the house, is filled with symbolic elements. It features 13 windows, 13 hooks, and even the floor tiles are arranged in patterns of 13. This meticulous attention to detail reflects Sarah's belief that the number 13 would ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. The bathroom's design is as eccentric as it is purposeful. Its windows overlook internal hallways and staircases rather than the outside, and the bathtub is said to be custom-made for Sarah, allowing her to bathe without fear of malevolent entities disturbing her. Paranormal activity. Visitors and staff often report strange occurrences in and around the 13th bathroom. Common experiences include the sensation of being watched, sudden drops in temperature, and the inexplicable sound of water running when the taps are firmly off. Visitor, with a shaky voice, I was touring the house when I felt an icy chill as I entered the 13th bathroom. I turned to leave, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a shadowy figure in the mirror. It was gone in an instant, but the feeling of being watched lingered. The mystery of the locked door. The door to the 13th bathroom has been known to lock and unlock by itself. Some say it's the work of Sarah Winchester's spirit, ensuring the room remains a sacred and protected space. Others believe it's the restless spirits of those who perished by the Winchester rifle, drawn to the room's mystical properties.
Residual energy and haunted legacy. The 13th bathroom is thought to be a focal point of residual energy. The room seems to replay the past, with spectral images of Sarah and her servants occasionally appearing. Pause 0.5s.
This energy is a manifestation of the intense emotions and superstitions that surrounded Sarah's life and her unending quest to appease the spirits. The enigmatic attic. The attic, a space that was seldom visited and is said to be the final resting place of Sarah Winchester's deepest fears and secrets. The attic of the Winchester Mystery House served various purposes throughout the years. It stored construction materials, personal belongings, and perhaps most intriguingly, items linked to Sarah Winchester's spiritual practices. Some believe the attic was used to hide away objects that were considered cursed or too dangerous. The attic is notorious for its intense paranormal activity. Visitors have reported hearing footsteps, disembodied voices, and the sound of objects being moved. The air in the attic often feels heavy, as if burdened by the sorrow and fear that once filled Sarah's heart. Visitor, with a shaky voice, I was exploring the attic when I heard faint whispers all around me. It was as if someone was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't understand the words. I felt a cold hand brush against my arm, and I knew I wasn't alone. One of the most intriguing items in the attic is an old, locked trunk. Legend has it that this trunk contains personal items and letters from Sarah Winchester, possibly even blueprints of the house. Attempts to open the trunk have been met with strange occurrences, including sudden temperature drops and the feeling of being watched. Believed to be workers who toiled endlessly to build and rebuild the mansion. Some also claimed to see the silhouette of Sarah Winchester herself, wandering through the attic, perhaps seeking solace or answers from the spirit world. Another eerie phenomenon in the attic is the appearance of a phantom light. This flickering lantern is often seen moving through the attic, as if carried by an unseen hand. Those who have followed the light report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and disorientation. It is thought to be a focal point of residual energy. The intense emotions and the ceaseless construction have left a lasting imprint. The attic serves as a time capsule, replaying moments of Sarah Winchester's life and the tireless efforts of those who built the house. The door to nowhere. This door, which opens to a sheer drop from an upper floor, encapsulates the mystery and superstition that permeates the entire mansion. Designed as part of the sprawling mansion's endless construction, the door to nowhere is believed to have been one of Sarah Winchester's many efforts to confuse and deter spirits that she thought haunted her. The door, seemingly purposeless to the living, was a tactical misdirection for the spirits she believed followed her. Opening to a sheer two-story drop, the door to nowhere serves as a stark reminder of Sarah's unorthodox architectural choices. This is not a mistake, but a deliberate design meant to protect its owner from the ghosts of those killed by Winchester rifles. The door to nowhere is notorious for its unsettling paranormal activity. Visitors and staff report feeling a cold breeze emanating from the door, even when it's closed. Others hear inexplicable footsteps leading up to the door, only to stop abruptly. One prevailing theory is that Sarah Winchester designed the door to nowhere as an escape route for spirits, allowing them to leave the physical realm. An end of her communications with the spirit world. The area around the door to nowhere is believed to be a hotspot of residual energy. The door's inexplicable presence and its connection to Sarah's spiritual practices have left an imprint, creating a sense of unease and mystery. Some claim to see shadowy figures passing through the door, disappearing into the night. While the door to nowhere might seem like a whimsical or erratic choice, it symbolizes Sarah Winchester's profound fear and her relentless quest for protection. Each oddity in the house, including this door, was a calculated move to safeguard herself from the spirits she believed were seeking vengeance. The haunted ballrooms. Several grand ballrooms were spaces, designed for opulent gatherings and musical performances, now stand as silent witnesses to the mansion's eerie history. Amidst the decaying grandeur, that the spirits of the past continue their spectral soirees. The grandeur of the ballrooms. The ballrooms of the Winchester Mystery House were built with the finest materials, featuring elegant chandeliers, grand pianos, and exquisite woodwork. Despite their beauty, these rooms were rarely used for social gatherings, as Sarah Winchester lived a reclusive life, haunted by her past and the spirits she believed followed her. Paranormal activity. Today, the ballrooms are notorious for their intense paranormal activity. Visitors and staff have reported hearing faint music, disembodied voices, and the sound of footsteps gliding across the floor. The air in these rooms often feels heavy, as if the past is pressing down on the present. The phantom musicians. One of the most common reports is the sound of a phantom piano playing. Some believe it is the spirit of Sarah Winchester herself, playing to soothe the restless souls. An entire spectral orchestra, tuning their instruments and performing in the dead of night. The spectral dancers. In addition to the music, many have witnessed spectral dancers gliding gracefully across the floor. These apparitions, dressed in Victorian-era attire, seem to be trapped in an eternal waltz. Their presence is both beautiful and haunting, a reminder of the lively events that never took place here. The echoes of the past. The ballrooms are thought to be a focal point of residual energy. The echoes of past hopes, fears, and unfulfilled dreams seem to replay in an endless loop. Some visitors have even reported feeling as if they have stepped back in time, seeing the ballrooms as they were during their construction. The mystery of the Grand Mirror. One particularly eerie feature of the ballrooms is the Grand Mirror, said to be a portal to the spirit world. Those who gaze into it sometimes see reflections that are not their own, ghostly figures from another time staring back. And covered with inexplicable handprints, as if unseen hands are reaching out. The energy of the hauntings. The haunted ballrooms are filled with a palpable energy. This space, meant for joy and celebration, is instead steeped in sorrow and unfinished business. The spirits here seem to be searching for something, or perhaps they are simply reliving their final moments over and over. The shadowy figures. The shadowy figures, apparitions that appear fleetingly, leaving behind a trail of uncertainty and fear. Sightings and reports. Visitors and staff have reported numerous sightings of shadowy figures throughout the Winchester Mystery House. These apparitions are often glimpsed out of the corner of one's eye, darting between rooms, disappearing into walls, or lingering in dark corners. Theories and speculations. Many theories surround these shadowy figures. Some speculate they are the spirits of former workers, forever bound to the mansion due to tragic accidents during construction. Others believe they are the residual energy of Sarah Winchester's restless spirit, still overseeing her perpetual construction project. The darkened corridors. The shadowy figures are often seen in the mansion's darkest and most isolated corridors. These areas, away from the prying eyes of visitors, seem to amplify the paranormal activity, creating an atmosphere of unease and apprehension. Interactions and manifestations. Some witnesses claim the shadowy figures interact with the physical environment, moving objects, opening doors, or causing temperature fluctuations. These manifestations suggest a level of consciousness and intent, adding to the mystery surrounding their presence. The phantom workers. Legend has it that some of the shadowy figures are the spirits of construction workers who perished while building the mansion. Their restless souls are said to wander the corridors, forever tethered to the site of their untimely death. Phantom smells. Visitors and staff have reported experiencing a wide range of phantom smells at the Winchester Mystery House. These include cigar smoke. One of the most commonly reported smells is that of cigar smoke. It is often described as sudden and distinct, with no visible source of smoke nearby. Perfume or floral fragrances. Some people have reported catching whiffs of perfume or floral scents in certain areas of the mansion, again without any identifiable source. Other odors. Occasionally, other types of smells such as cooking aromas or musty odors have also been reported. The phantom smells have been reported in different parts of the Winchester Mystery House, adding to the mystery and unpredictability of the phenomenon. They may occur in rooms, corridors, staircases, or even outdoors on the mansion grounds. Numerous witnesses, including visitors on tours, employees, and paranormal investigators, have documented their experiences with these phantom smells. Some have noted that the smells seem to appear and disappear suddenly, without warning. Many believe that these phantom smells could be connected to the alleged paranormal activity at the Winchester Mystery House. The mansion's reputation for being haunted and Sarah Winchester's rumored attempts to appease spirits through continuous construction have fueled speculation that the smells could be related to residual energy or spirits lingering in the building. Over the years, paranormal investigators have conducted studies and used various techniques to try to capture evidence of these smells and other paranormal phenomena at the Winchester Mystery House. While subjective experiences abound, conclusive scientific evidence remains elusive. The Winchester Mystery House stands as a testament to one woman's grief and the legacy of a fortune built on death. Its endless halls and haunted rooms continue to intrigue and terrify those who dare to enter. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the chilling atmosphere of this architectural enigma. Join us next time as we explore more haunted locations and uncover the mysteries that lurk in the shadows.
Thanks for watching Tales of Terror, a crime and horror channel. Please hit subscribe to get notified about our next story.